Okay, this is outside Julie's studio, and tell me more about the dragon.
This is Attigon.
How do you spell that?
Attigon.
Attigon, okay.
Based on Atticus, the dog.
The dog.
But I took a picture of Atticus in the studio when he was kind of sitting all proud like that. And I manipulated it on my phone and then ended up redrawing the whole thing and turned him into a dragon.
He's amazing.
Thank you. I'm incredibly fond of this piece.
He's stunning. Julie, when I think about your studio, I think about this piece of furniture. Tell me about this workbench.
This workbench was my late husband's grandfather's. And he was a farmer in Kansas. He was out in the field one day, and somebody had this on the back of their wagon, taking it to the dump.
Oh my gosh, you saved it.
Grandpa said, take it to my place.
Yeah.
Well, Grandpa lived to be 101 years old.
Aww.
Yes, it's an amazing human being.
He gave his nuts and bolts and things in it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And when we brought it here, we ended up having to do some of the drawers and the drawer pulls, but and it weighs probably 500 pounds.
Oh my goodness, it's a gorgeous piece of furniture.
And my guys had to move it so many times that finally they put wheels on it.
Yeah.
But it's every time people come in here, they're drawn to this.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. When we set up our studio, I knew it would all be brand new and shiny, and I wanted something with some character, and we ended up with a library card file. And it's pretty cool.
Love those.
I've got a lot of stuff in it.
Awesome.
It's not quite as wonderfully distressed as this hunk of wood. I love this.
When we put the new drawer faces on, I came in one day and we had, because we had a construction/roofing company. So we had a whole crew. And they were building the drawers.
Yeah.
And we were talking about taking chains and stuff. And so I come in and I get a chain and I start hitting it and they're going, stop, stop, stop. Yeah, they weren't attached to the drawers yet really well, so I knocked some of them off.
Oh no! So with the drawers, you added a little of the distress to it.
Yes, we did. Now these, of course, are original.
Those are the really. So you had to.
Yes.
So some are new, and you had to beat the crap out of them to get them to match.
And all of these.
Oh my goodness! I see. Okay, is this old?
That is old.
That's old, and that's new.
Yes.
Oh, how cool! I love it. I love it even more now that I know you took a chain to it. Hey guys, I'm in the studio of Juli Hulcy, and this is her studio mascot, Atticus. He may start barking at himself in a minute.
Yes, he probably will.
He was doing that earlier. Oh, he's fascinated. Atticus, look at the lens. Okay, Julie, we're going to talk about your tools today. What is your favorite tool in the studio?
My Taurus ring saw, absolute, hands down, my favorite.
And what do you use it on?
Stained glass. You can use it for other things, but I'm so careful with my blade.
I've seen your work, and you get incredibly intricate cuts with that, and it's pretty cool. So you use it on most all your projects?
Yes, pretty much. I'm kind of known for that now. That's kind of that's
your look.
My thing. That's my look.
That's her look.
It's my brand.
It's her brand.
It's my brand.
Yeah. What tool or tools do you use that most mosaic artists do not use?
I have a sandblaster that I use a lot.
I know a lot of people love to have a sandblaster. How do you use it?
Some of the glass just needs to have a different finish, to not be so shiny.
Right.
Sometimes when I fire stuff, it devitrifies. So this gives me a nice, smooth satin finish. And so I still have my little rounded over edges.
Right.
But it gives you a whole different flavor.
It does, and a lot of her work will combine pieces that have been sandblasted and pieces that haven't been sandblasted. So when the light hits it, it plays.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
plays. What tool do you use every day?
I use my Taurus ring saw pretty much every day, but without a doubt, my little Toro pistol grip
cutter,
glass cutter, yes.
Score. So yeah, and you use that more than your nippers?
Yes.
You are stranded on a desert island, and it's loaded with stained glass. This kind of sounds like a fantasy. We all wouldn't mind being on the island with just like buckets of glass. Okay.
And lots of time.
And lots of time. Oh. And you can only take one tool. What's it going to be?
It's going to be the Taurus ring saw.
Okay. How are you going to power that?
We're going to take solar panels with us.
Okay.
We're planning ahead for this adventure.
And it's going to be solar panels. Solar powered ring saw.
Yes.
That is a fantasy. I like that. Okay, so tell me a little about the studio, how long you've been here, how long you've been working in the space, and how it has changed over time.
When I originally moved in, it's 2-story.
Mm-hmm.
It was an oversized 2-car garage with storage upstairs. And I put my studio upstairs. And that just didn't work out well. Artist studio tour, people going up and down the steps.
Old people trying to hang onto the rail.
Me.
Us getting older.
Dogs.
Equipment.
Back then I had 7 dogs, and so the little old girls going up and down the steps. It was not pretty. But
had to come downstairs for the dogs.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It's not the people who visit her on the artist studio tour. No, it's the dogs.
You got me there. It was the dogs. But so I moved down here, and we took out the garage doors, put in French doors and windows, and just made it more welcoming and inviting.
It's a nice space.
It's slowly getting finished out.
It has good energy. It has really good energy.
And I don't know that came from me, but the gentleman that lives upstairs in what used to be my studio had never ever painted, and now he paints all the time and sells his work.
Yes. That's pretty cool. So you like sharing your space?
Yeah, I do.
I do too. I like that part of having the studios, because a lot of people don't think they're creative, and then all of a sudden they find out they are creative. That's pretty cool.
My husband has started doing some hot glass work.
Nice.
He's doing fusing, and he'd never done anything like that before.
That's pretty cool.
Married into a creative family.
That's very cool. So, thank you guys for watching. Juli Hulcy. She does amazing work. You're going to get to see a little of that, and we'll cycle through some of her images at the end, but you'll see some stuff in the studio when I walk around. And hit the subscribe button if you guys are liking these videos, and thanks for watching. Bye. All right, so we got tessera everywhere, glass, and a work in progress. This is a commission.
Yes, and I'm very pleased with her. She is going to have a mother of pearl frame.
This is really nice. Aww. Nice. You've got a new dragon underway.
And this one's commission. And I have a couple more cut out. There's going to be a lot of little dragons this year at Artist Studio Tour.
Oh, those will sell like crazy.
And we have this dude too.
Oh, nice.
She's a girl.
She's a girl. Yeah, I see that. You see it in the face.
She is. She's very gentle.
Love your wire with all the cards and inspiration. It's nice.
And that's my Candy. She was my studio dog for 15 years. And so this is your main work table here.
This is.
And you've got a cowboy boot. We're in Texas, y'all.
Yep.
She's got a cowboy boot going on.
And this has all been sandblasted.
Right.
And it feels like a boot.
Except the blue, of course, was just fired and not sandblasted. But all of this was sandblasted. And I'm in the process of grouting it. Mm-hmm. But I really like this because it gives it a nice leathery feel. And it looks like leather. You nailed it. It's amazing.
And it looks worn, and that's simply because that was happy accident, because the glass, this is all one piece of glass that was cut into a million different shapes, and then I used my Taurus ring saw to do all of these little intricate cuts.
Just amazing. Look at that, guys.
And then of course it gets a bath of baby oil. And that's what gives it that that brings out the satin finish.
But do you use this much?
I use it a lot. I cut all my own forms out. So all of my dragons.
You cut all your substrates that you're using. Yeah.
I do everything. So